All right, so let's jump right into it. If you're looking for a deep dive that really captures this tension between massive infrastructure change and just vibrant local culture, we are taking a trip.
A virtual one.
A virtual trip, yeah, to the Channel Islands Harbor in Oxnard, California. The holiday season is hitting its final stride.
And the sources we looked at, they paint a perfect picture of a Southern California winter weekend.
Totally. We're talking mid-60s to 70s, the classic overcast morning that gives way to bright sun.
Exactly. And that's our mission today. We want to distill what you need to know right now, synthesizing how this huge redevelopment, the construction, the engineering, is coexisting with all the holiday buzz as we roll from 2025 into 2026.
And for you, the listener, it's about connecting that big picture of progress with what's happening on the ground right now, finding those little surprising facts.
And there are a few.
Oh, yeah. So the holiday momentum is clearly the immediate draw. I mean, the source material just showed this flurry of activity from the past weekend.
A ton of stuff happening.
Right, like the final showings of A Christmas Carol wrapping up at the Elite Theater in Fisherman's Village. That's always a local landmark this time of year.
It really is. And of course, the harbor's main visual attraction, the holiday lights.
Oh, yeah.
The sources noted the whimsical lights on the private boats and the waterfront homes. It turns the whole area into this glittering, moving gallery every night.
That's a great way to put it. And if you want to experience that from the best vantage point, which is the water itself, the options are, well, they're plentiful.
Right. This is where the commercial side of the harbor really comes alive.
You've got your established charter services like A&M Charters on the Scarlet Bell for a more, luxurious trip.
Or Captain Day's Channel Islands Marine Safari Adventures, which is more focused on the local ecology and wildlife.
And for anyone who wants to just kind of do their own thing, the harbor's super accessible.
Totally. You can rent smaller boats, the Harbor Hopper, SoCal jet skis, or book one of the sunset cruises. It just tells us that the harbor is constantly activating its resources, even in the middle of this massive construction cycle.
And here's a tiny, just charming little detail that stood out to me. We heard that Santa Claus, he finished his official rounds on the Gondola Paradiso.
He did.
But he's carved out one final exception before the big night.
Yes. For anyone scrambling for that last-minute photo op, Santa is scheduled for a special appearance at Zachary Dunes.
And that's Zachar Dunes.
Right, on December 24th, from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m.
And that hotel, Zachary Dunes, it reminds us of the sheer geographic spread we're covering here. The harbor isn't just one place. It's this collection of distinct spots that all work together. Seabridge Marina, Marine Emporium Landing, Harbor Landing, Fisherman's Wharf. It's a huge economic engine.
And that engine runs, maybe most deliciously, on its food scene.
Okay, yes.
We've established the atmosphere is vibrant, but nothing says local commerce like the incredible fresh food you can get here. Let's shift our deep dive to that culinary landscape, starting with the farmers market.
The sources confirm this market is a Sunday morning ritual. It sets up near Marine Emporium Landing at 2800 Harbor Boulevard. You have your standard, high-quality California produce, citrus, veggies, honey.
But the real story, the real insight, comes when you look past the tents to what's happening just a few steps away on the docks.
This is what's so fascinating. It's the complete integration of the local fishing fleet into that market experience.
You're dealing with commercial fishing operations selling their catch directly.
Yeah.
This isn't filtered through wholesalers. It's dock-to-table immediate commerce.
We saw they had sweet box crabs and California king crab, which is becoming a really great local alternative to the imported stuff.
And the specifics just bring it to life. We learned about Scott Thompson, a local sea urchin diver.
It's so cool.
He's there offering fresh urchins and literally giving people advice on how to prepare uni. That's uni. That kind of direct interaction is incredibly rare.
It is. And it leads us to maybe the most surprising economic takeaway in all of the source material.
I know what you're going to say.
The sudden availability of dockside California spiny lobster.
The Pacific lobster, yeah.
Wait, and this is the stuff that's usually reserved for the export market, right?
Precisely. For years, the best of the Pacific lobster catch has been a premium export, shipped largely overseas. But now, the sources are highlighting that changing federal policies and tariffs are redirecting that entire supply chain.
So because of these big macroeconomic policies, this export quality product is suddenly available to local consumers right
Right.
there in Oxnard.
That is exactly it. It's an immediate, tangible benefit. If you're a local consumer, you're getting access to highly prized seafood that was previously just too valuable internationally to be sold at home.
Right.
It's a perfect example of global economic turbulence, creating a highly localized culinary windfall. You really should take advantage of this while that dynamic is in play.
That really drives home the importance of shopping local. And while we're at the market, the sources say to look for Williams Family Fish Blue Awning. Fish flags, can't miss them, for their famous fish tacos and ceviche.
A market staple. And if you prefer a full dining experience, the spectrum is broad. For something quick and casual, there's the deli at Harbor Mart in Harbor Landing.
Right.
Moving up, Fisherman's Catch is a solid mid-range spot. And the sources did mention they've just brought on a new general manager and a new bartender.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that often signals a restaurant is gearing up for a strategic refresh, maybe a menu evolution for the new year.
Yeah.
So, one to keep an eye on.
Good tip. And for that elevated fine dining holiday experience.
Moqueca and Waterside Restaurant at Marine Emporium Landing. And then, of course, there's Oxnard, located at Zachary Dunes on Mandalay Beach Road. They're doing special dinners on December 24th and a full holiday brunch on Christmas Day.
Okay, so now let's talk about that long-term strategic progress we mentioned at the top. This blend of culture and long-term construction. It's a fascinating dichotomy.
It really is.
You have this delicate historical appreciation living right next to these massive engineering projects.
Let's start with the culture. The Channel Islands Maritime Museum, or CIMM, is a must-visit. It's open Thursday through Monday, noon to 4 p.m. It gives you this vital grounding in the history that led to the harbor we see today.
What really caught my eye was the new exhibit detail. They've just unveiled a replica of Admiral Lord Nelson's hat and coat as worn during the Battle of Trafalgar.
And that's not just naval history. Nelson symbolizes the ultimate strategic importance of maritime dominance and, trade routes.
So it connects the past to the present.
Exactly. When you see that Nelson exhibit, it reminds you that controlling the seas, and by extension managing ports like this one, it's fundamentally about controlling commerce and power. It links those old naval maneuvers to the current need to keep the harbor deep and accessible for modern trade.
And while Nelson is impressive, the model ships exhibit is it's overwhelming in its detail.
It is.
We're talking about a world-class collection, including the life's work of a man named Edward Marple. The sources emphasize the meticulous, years-long labor it took to make these models perfectly to scale. It's precision art.
And that incredible precision is the perfect analog for the engineering work happening right outside the museum's doors.
That's a great point.
Let's shift to those infrastructure updates. Precision is absolutely required there too, just at a massive scale. The sources confirm 2 key marinas, Anacapa Safe Harbor and Bahia Marina, are nearing full completion.
So the final dock work is wrapping up there.
Yep. And that's a significant investment in modernizing the harbor's residential and recreational capacity.
But the scale of the coastal maintenance, it's truly staggering. We heard the specific detail about the dredging project with the dredge H.R. Morris. The amount of sand moved is just immense.
Over 1 million cubic yards of sand.
I can't even picture that.
Well, that number needs context. 1 million cubic yards isn't just a big pile of sand. It's highly strategic movement. That sand is being pulled from the west end of the harbor.
To ensure the navigational depth for all those boats we talked about.
Exactly, for commerce and safety. And it's being deposited at Hunamy Beach.
So it's a dual-purpose project. It keeps the harbor functional, and it performs vital beach nourishment to protect the coast at Hunamy.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's coastal defense and commercial maintenance rolled into one massive effort. And the sources say the project is expected to be completed by February 2026. This is that background hum of progress that lets all the local fun happen.
That is a staggering amount of planning. But even as that work continues into the new year, the fun definitely isn't stopping. Whale watching season officially begins on December 26th.
Right.
And of course, we need to focus our last segment here on ringing in the new year.
And the sources gave us 4 very distinct ways for you to celebrate, covering everything from black tie glamour to your casual late-night spots.
Okay, so if you're looking for glamour, Zachary Dunes is hosting a full New Year's Eve party. It starts at 9 p.m.
And they've got the award-winning DJ Bruce Barrios for the music, and the night ends with a big balloon drop at midnight.
And the ticket includes a welcome glass of sparkling wine, appetizers, a dessert bar, and the Champagne Coast.
Yeah, and what's nice is they have clear VIP options, which include a complimentary bottle of sparkling wine, charcuterie, dedicated tables. It gives you a clear path to an upgraded experience if you want it,
Now, if staying up until midnight West Coast time feels like a bit of a stretch,
which for some of us it is.
it is. There's a perfect option for the early bird. Fisherman's Catch is doing a four-course dinner that's timed to the East Coast New Year's ball drop.
Smart.
Yeah, that runs from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., so you can celebrate and still be home before the big rush.
And for those who want to dance into 2026, the live music options are strong. The Shores restaurant has music from Venture Park, that's VENTU Park, starting at 9:30.
And Waterside Restaurant is open till 10 p.m. with a special menu and live music from Goleta Sound.
And finally, if you just want to keep things casual, a reliable place to meet up. The sources confirm all the classics. Mrs. Olson's, The Lookout, and the Redder Room will be open.
Perfect.
And for recovery on January 1st, Oxnard Ocean at Zachary Dunes has the essential New Year's Day brunch buffet.
Oh, nice.
That's a breakfast-forward spread, omelet stations, a carving station, and the highly appreciated build-your-own Bloody Mary station. The perfect, relaxed start to the new year.
That really wraps up the immediate happenings beautifully. We've covered the whole spectrum, from the fine artistic precision of Edward Marple's model ships to the huge engineering scale of moving 1,000,000 cubic yards of sand.
All while celebrating the local delight of fresh uni and that surprising Pacific lobster windfall. It really summarizes the dynamic pulse of the harbor.
It does. Before we sign off for this deep dive, let's just circle back to that specific economic insight we found, the Pacific lobster shift.
Yeah, it's a big one.
We established that changing federal policies and tariffs could redirect highly prized, export-quality seafood right to the local docks.
Almost overnight.
So this raises a really important question for you to mull over as you transition into 2026. If sudden macroeconomic shifts can so immediately and drastically transform what seafood you can buy, what other global commerce or supply chain changes might unexpectedly benefit or drastically alter local markets in the new year?
We often assume global policy is distant and theoretical, but the docks of Channel Islands Harbor prove its immediate, and in this case delicious, local impact. It's worth tracking which supply chains start shifting in the coming months.
A great thought to leave us with. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the source material. We'll catch you on the next one.